Before I get behind the wheel of this brand spanking new Scion FR-S, I've got some big news for you. For 5 years, TFL has been covering automotive news, views, and reviews. And in fact, for 3 of those years, we've been putting up a brand new video every day. Well, we asked you and you spoke, and you said you want quality over quantity. So starting today, we're changing. That doesn't mean we won't be reviewing cars, but instead we're combining all of our car reviews into a new show called simply TFL Car Reviews. And today, well, we're starting that new show with TFL Car Reviews, the brand new Scion FR-S. Here we go. Oh, bogged down. It always bogs down. But it's revvy. I mean, it loves to rev. All right, guys, let me cut to the chase. As much as I love this FR-S, I'm not going to give it a forget it, I'm not going to give it a rent it, and I'm not going to give it a buy it. I'm going to have to give it a lease it. And there's one simple reason for that, and that is under the hood. At 200 horsepower and about 150 pound-foot of torque, up here at a mile above sea level, it is just not powerful enough. Let me put that in perspective. A Jeep Wrangler, which costs about the same if you get the sport model, has 285 horsepower. This has 200 horsepower. As much as I love balance and I love having a smile on my face going around this track, when a Jeep Wrangler beats you off the line from a stoplight, no amount of balance is going to make that feel less painful. I'm going to put it into sport mode. And last time I was in this car on this track, we mashed it up with a Scion TC, and I went 1 minute and 16 seconds around the track, which is actually pretty slow. Here we go. Oh, bogged down. It always bogs down. But it's revvy. I mean, it loves to rev. Back end's coming around. Trying to keep it in the power band. Usually I lift around here. I don't have to lift because this car is so communicative. It tells me exactly what I need to know. And I'm not being very smooth right now, so I'm not going to have a great lap. Alright, I'm going to be smooth. Come on, third gear. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Tail end's coming around nicely. Now we go. Now I'm starting to get the feel of this track. The first car I ever bought when I had enough money was a Mazda RX-7, a 2-door sports car with a goofy engine. In that case, it was a rotary engine. In this case, it's a boxer engine. So you can see why I have a soft spot in my heart for this car. This reminds me of my youth. And this reminds me of everything that I love about driving. It is so much fun to drive. It is so much fun to get behind the wheel. And it is just extremely good looking. Is it better looking than the Subaru BRZ? Well, you know, it's either apples or oranges. It really depends on whether you like Toyota or whether you like Subaru. Both of these cars really hit the sweet spot when it comes to style. They're aggressive, they're sporty, and they're as much fun to look out of as they are to look back at when you leave them parked. Nice, look at that. It's so progressive. You can tell exactly what that rear end is doing. I'm getting the feel of this now. Need more torque though. There's just not enough torque coming out of these corners. Back end spinning around, spinning around, spinning around. This is a perfect track for this car. It's really tight. The car thrives. Brakes feel very progressive. Really easy to modulate. Last turn. Okay, here we go. Come on, car, come on. More torque, give me more torque. I want to beat that 116. And there we go. 115.63, look at that. I went barely faster than last time. So here's the issue in a nutshell. The higher you go in elevation, the less air density there is. So that means that up here at about 5,000 feet above sea level, the air molecules aren't as close together. So there's not as much bang for your altitude buck when you put that air into a traditional, normally aspirated engine. So we're probably looking at about 15% less horsepower here just outside of Denver than you would see at sea level. So that means that while we're starting out at 200, we're really down to only about, well, 170-ish. Inside, it's all business, if you know what I'm talking about. Seats that hug you, a steering wheel that's fat, a stick shift that's a proper 6-speed, gauges that are right in front of you. This car is a single focus car, and that focus is all about the driving experience. And in that regard, it is just phenomenal, both inside and out. It communicates every nuance of the road. You can really tell what the wheels are doing. It's probably the easiest car to shift that I've ever driven, and it's probably the easiest car to drift that I've ever driven. It just puts a huge smile on your face every time you drive it. At just about $25,000, the FR-S competes with, of course, its twin, the Subaru BRZ, the brand new Mazda Miata, and perhaps even traditional American sports cars like the Mustang, the 6-cylinder. Now, would I choose any of those cars over this one? You know, it really depends on what I was looking for. If I wanted something that was more track balanced, then I would go for the FR-S or BRZ. If I wanted something that was more a weekend car, I'd probably go for the Miata. And if I wanted something that would beat a Jeep Wrangler off the line, I would certainly go with the Mustang. Well, I hope you enjoyed our very first TFL car reviews. Of course, it's very similar to our other reviews, but we've got some exciting new shows coming. So click below to subscribe to TFL if you want to be the first to see those shows, or click on me if you want to see more 2016 TFL car reviews, because they're coming in fast and furious now. And in the next few months, we're going to be reviewing a whole bunch of new cars, including the new Cadillac ATS V. And of course, well, just click and you'll find out first. See you next time.